everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sorry I have not uploaded in maybe like 2.5 weeks. 10 of those 10 of those days I've been sick, and for the other days I kind of just was hanging out with friends and family and parties and stuff like that. And I tried to film on Saturday. I tried to film this story time actually on Saturday, and it just didn't work out because, for one, I wasn't feeling good. At two, I didn't have time. So here I am. I just want to share with you guys my experience of what a toxic friendship, basically. And this is in inspiration from Kendall's story time. In no relation, this has nothing to do with Kendall and what she was talking about, but Kendall kind of helped me to really want to open up and talk about friendships, and how if this friend is doing some extra things that you don't think a friend should do, then you should probably dip and bounce. Even if you try to help them as much as you can and they don't want the help, don't press it. Like, don't press the help. And if they're just being rude and mean to you and just saying all types of things and manipulating you into doing stuff, just tell them bounce, and you gotta go, because you gotta do what's good for you, And so this particular friendship happened maybe when I was like in the 7th grade. And this is such a long time ago because I'm 21 now, but it happened such a long time ago. And this is one of the many toxic friendships I've had. And so this happened in middle school. So it's like around 7th grade, and I'm not going to use her name. I'm going to call her Leah. I went to Wells Middle School in the Spring District out here in Houston. And, I met Leah when we came back from Christmas break, 7th grade year. So like the second term or whatever, second semester of 7th grade year is when I had met Leah. And we had like a home economics class, that second, whatever, because I guess she moved from a different school to Wells. And so that's when I had met her. And in middle school, I rarely talked. Like, I was kind of quiet, I really didn't talk to a lot of people. I was kind of weird. I didn't have any eyebrows. I didn't have any nails. I basically was a potato. Like, I was the definite definition of what a potato that's been dropped looked like. Like, that's exactly what I looked like. I didn't even hit glow up yet. And I always wore just hoodies and just sweatpants and just wore jeans and t-shirts and Converse just to school, because I just couldn't be bothered with trying to dress up. Like, the other girls were just very dressy. They had their purses and they were wearing makeup and stuff. And I'm just like, I just started wearing makeup to maybe my senior year of high school. Like, really got in there. But back then, at my school, they did whatever. And, the first day meeting Leah, it was really cool because, like, she came and she sat next to me and she was like, oh, hi, I'm Leah. And I was like, oh, hi, I'm Sage or whatever. It's nice to meet you. And after that, we just became really cool friends. Like, she wasn't my best friend just yet, but like, she was really, really cool. And I quickly found out a lot about Leah in the short period of time since meeting her. I think Leah was maybe a couple of months younger than me, but the way that she looked physically, you would think that I was the younger one. She was very, very well developed. She was tall. She had a figure, and the guys at our school really liked that. So she was kind of very, flauncy and flaunted around or whatever. She kind of wore shirts that showed her boobs way more than what we should have in 7th grade. Don't know why, but she was just very, very, open. She was a very free-spirited person, which I kind of felt like I needed, not to show my boobs, but I kind of needed that person that could kind of help me break out of my shell, because I didn't talk to anybody. Like, I was very awkward. I was that nerd with the big old glasses, and I just walked. I didn't even stop to talk to people. Like, I would be that one where when it's time for a class to change, I would run the class and be the first person in class and just sit there. Like, that was me. And so But since meeting Leah, I kind of toned it down or whatever. Like, I kind of, I was walking with her and we were like, I was basically meeting people through her. But I don't know whether the people who she was talking to thought that I was like Leah, but it wasn't like that. Leah was very boisterous when it came to talking to guys or whatever. I wasn't. I mean, I liked a lot of people, but I'm just like, I'm not going to be as boisterous as she is about it. Like, she made it known that that she liked these dudes by how she dressed. So, like, the way Leah was set up, like, she was very curvy up here, and she was very curvy at the bottom. Like, her stomach wasn't, she was thick. Leah was on shawty thick. Like, Leah basically had it all as far as like body shape was concerned. I mean, I was curvy too, but you couldn't tell because I always wore sweatpants and hoodies all the time. So I don't know if people thought that I was like her because some of the guys that she would talk to, they would have friends and their friends would try to talk to me about getting into stuff. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not about that life. My mom would kill me, literally. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to do all of that because we're only in the 7th grade. Like, why are we doing this stuff? Like, we're only in 7th grade. And like, we're just learning how to spell our name correctly without mistakes, without erasing anything. And she was very uber sexual for her age. And it kind of made me a little nervous because I was like, that's not safe. You're just talking to a whole bunch of random guys and you're telling me about these stories about random guys sending you things and coming to your house when your mom was not around. And I'm just like, I don't think that's very safe for you to do because we're young. Like, we shouldn't even be thinking about stuff like this. But she said that she was grown and I'm just like, you're not, because I'm not. If I'm not, I know you're not. And I'll never admit to me being grown. Even now, I don't even want to say that I'm grown. But like, she would just go and just do stuff. And I'm just like, I don't think that's safe. But, I guess you make your own decisions and it is what it is. And so maybe after 2-3 months after me and Leah, becoming really close or whatever, I met another friend, and this friend, we're going to call her Stacy. Stacy was really dope. Like, Stacy was nice. Stacy was very funny. Stacy was like that goofy nerd just like me. And Stacy was really chill. And like, me and Stacy got close because me and Stacy basically almost had every class together except for like this home ec class. And me and Stacy would like talk to each other. We got each other's phone number. Like, we would always text because Stacy was really dope. And once Leah found out that me and Stacy were cool, Leah became very mean towards Stacy. Like, whenever I was walking with Stacy and Leah would come up, she'll be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like, "I'm walking to class with Stacy," because me and Stacy have the same class and we're going to the same class. "Well, no, you're not going to walk with her. You're going to walk with me." And she would grab me and I would go and walk with Leah to walk all the way around to come back to class. And I felt so bad because I was like, what did Stacy ever do to you? Like, Stacy's very chill. Like, Stacy could be a part of the friend group of ours. Maybe the more people that are like me, that can probably help you kind of tone it down a little bit. But Leah did not like that. And Leah was very, territorial of me because Leah just felt that I was the only person who's actually talked to her and who kind of felt like I wanted to be more than just like, a hi and bye. Like, I actually became her friend in her eyes, which was perfectly fine with me. But I was thinking to myself, I'm allowed to have other friends and I'm allowed to talk to other people because I'm allowed to. Like, I don't think I have to come back and express anything to you about who I was with and who I was going to spend my time with. And Leah didn't like that. So it was one day that I'm sitting in class. I'm sitting in home ec class and I get a text from Stacy. And it's a Friday and Stacy's like, "Hey, do you want to come to my house, come over for a slumber party or whatever? My mom said that, she can talk to your mom and we can pick you up after school." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." Oh, excuse me. And so Leah came in, and Leah saw the text that I was like, talking to Stacey or whatever. And Leah asked me, "Where are you going?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm thinking about going to Stacey's house to spend the weekend with her. I was going to call my mom after, school was done and see if it was okay with my mom or whatever," which it actually was. In hindsight, it was cool because I still talked to my mom about going to Stacey's house, but then I canceled because Leah was upset. So I canceled my plans with going to Stacey's house because Leah was upset at me because I wanted to go to Stacey's house. So I had to text Stacey and tell Stacey, "Sorry, something came up. I can no longer go." And I had to I felt really bad because I was like, I'm being mean to Stacey for no reason, and you're being mean to me about Stacey for no reason. And I was like, I don't think that that's really cool. I don't think that was really cool. And so I didn't go to Stacey's house, and I was really sad because Stacey was really cool. And next thing you know, that the next week on Monday, Stacey no longer wanted to talk to me anymore. And I wanted to know why she didn't want to talk to me, because Stacey was really cool. And me and Stacey were really we weren't like this, but we were like this, we were chill. And for whatever reason, Leah told a whole bunch of stuff to Stacey that, I didn't like her. I thought she was ugly. She couldn't dress right. Her hair was always nappy. That's basically what Leah was saying that I said about Stacey. And I'm just like, I would never say that about Stacey. Stacey is too dope for me to try to sit here and lie on her like that. But Stacey didn't want to talk to me anymore. And once I found out that I said all these things, it was like, well, why would you say that to her? I was like, Leah, why would you go out and tell Stacey that I said some stuff like that? And that's not cool. I was like, that's not what's up, but I'm a very passive person, and I forgave her and stuff like that. And I still tried to, reconnect stuff with, Stacey. And Stacey was like, well, I don't understand why she would say that about you. And I'm like, I don't know either. And so me and Stacey hug it out. We cool. And now we're back cool. Leah didn't like that. Leah didn't like the fact that after all what had happened, I'm still cool with Stacey. And so I didn't know what else to do after that. And then so we dropped, she dropped however she felt about Stacey, and we moved on. And Leah, it's been times where Leah has almost gotten me into a lot of trouble. Not even almost, a lot of trouble. I've gotten into a lot of trouble because of Leah. Like one day, Leah rode the bus home with me. And she was going, I don't know if she was going to spend the weekend at my house or I was going to go spend the weekend at her house. I don't know, but either way it went, she rode the bus home with me. And I guess that she was talking to one of the guys that lived in my apartments. This guy was in the 9th grade. And I'm just like, why are you talking to him? He's older than us. You really don't need to be talking, you really don't need to be talking to him. And she's like, oh, no, it's okay or whatever. So we get off the bus, and the way that my apartments were set up, they were just open. And it was they were like tall hotels. That's basically what my apartments looked like. And there wasn't any gate. So it was kind of like people can come in and come out as they please. And I don't know if this dude lived in the same apartments as us or he lived in apartments that were around us. But however it was, he ended up at my front doorstep. We were walking around the corner to get into the little hallway to go into my apartment door. We lived on the first floor, so going around the corner, he was right there. And I'm like, who are you? I'm like, who are you? Who are you? And he's like, oh, I'm so-and-so, I'm here, to be with Leah or whatever. And I'm just like, how did you know where I stayed? And Leah was like, oh, I told him, I thought it was going to be okay for him to come over. And I'm like, well, he can't come inside. I said, he can't come inside my house because I'm going to get in trouble. And I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble behind you anymore. And she was like, oh, no, it's okay or whatever. And I'm just like, what? I was so taken aback to where he ended up inside of my house. And I'm just like, yo, fam, you gotta go. That's not cool. I'm going to get in trouble. Like, you're not understanding me. I'm gonna get my tail beat if my mom find out that you are in here. Get out. And like, Leah was like, why are you tripping? He's like, me and him are just talking. We're not gonna do anything. And I'm just like, no, you have to go. And like, I was like telling him, you gotta go. And I'm like pushing him out of the door. And I'm like, you either get her number or Leah, you go out with him. I said, because I can't have him in the house. And I was like, this is not what's up. Like, this girl is trying to get me in trouble. And in the end, I did get in trouble because the maintenance people was saying that I was having boys in and out of the apartment. And they told my mom that. And I was like, oh my God, no, that is not the truth. I said, no, Leah brought him over here and I told her that he cannot stay. I told her, and I'm telling my mom, no, mama, I told her that he cannot be here. I'm telling him to leave. I'm telling her to leave with him. Like, I'm telling them that they have to go. And then now that I think about it, I'm just like, wow, I really looked like I was desperate to have a friend because nobody was really talking to me. Like, I was disappointed in myself as to how I handled that situation because I should have called the cops. Like, I really should have called the cops because it's this random dude in my house with minors. This dude is a freshman. He is older than us. Lord knows what he can do to us. And I was like, he has to go. And I should have called the cops, but I didn't. And that was the first thing that she got me in trouble for. The second thing she got me in trouble for is when I went to her house for the weekend or whatever. Mind you, I don't know why I was still going to, I don't know why I was allowed to still to go to her house. Like, I don't know why. Because this girl had dudes coming in and out. Like, that's the thing. She had dudes coming in and out her house. And like the way her mom's work schedule was like, she worked kind of basically overnight. And she came back at home like at 7:30, 8 a.m. in the morning. And so basically we were there by ourselves overnight. And she had guys just coming in and out her room, just in and out the house. And I'm just like, oh my God, you're going to get us in trouble. I'm going to get in trouble. What if my mom finds out that there are guys over here while I'm here and I didn't tell my mom that? Like, my mom would think that I knew that the guys were here and I'm going to get in trouble and I'm no longer going to be able to see you again. I'm not going to be able to come to your house. I can't talk to you. None of that. Like, why is this happening? And Leah's like, you just need to calm down. You just need to chill. Just talk to one of them. Maybe you can just be their friend. And I'm just like, fam, we're only in the 7th grade. We're only in the 7th grade. I don't want to be out here doing adult stuff. As an adult now, I don't want to do adult stuff. Like, come on now. I don't even want to be an adult now. Why am I in the 7th grade trying to do adult stuff? Like, I don't want to do that. But these guys are just here. And I'm in the corner, like I'm sitting in the couch and it's like 2 other dudes that are there. So it's like me, 2 guys. It's like, it's me, 2 other guys, her and her guy. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is not going to end well. And I'm just like, yo, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. This is not going to be cool. This is not what's up. And so I'm like, I want to go home. But I'm like, if I call my mom, I don't know why I didn't, but in my mind, I was thinking, if I call my mom and I tell my mom what's going on here, Leah's going to get in trouble too, because my mom is going to call Leah's mom. And we're both going to be in trouble because I'm here with these 3 other dudes and this is Leah's house and she has people here and we're just basically going to all get in trouble. And I did not want that. I didn't want to get in trouble. I didn't want Leah to get in trouble. I just didn't want Leah to get in trouble. And like on that Monday when we went back to school, I told Leah, I said, you know what? Maybe me and you shouldn't be friends anymore because I feel like you're going to get me in trouble with a lot of the stuff that you do that you want me to be a part of. Like the dude coming in my house like that and he was not leaving and You weren't telling him to leave. You were just letting him stay there. And then me coming to your house for the weekend and you're just having guys there. Like, I feel like I'm going to get in trouble. And I was like, I don't think we could be friends anymore because I feel like you're going to get me in trouble for a lot of stuff. And so she was like, fine, you ain't got to be my friend anymore. And I'm just like, no, that's not what I wanted you to say. I wanted you to say that you're right. I'm not going to put you in situations like this anymore. And I stayed. Once again, I stayed like a big idiot. And I'm just like, I never should have stayed. And I'm just like, this isn't what's up, because I'm basically draining myself trying to stick around and stick up for this girl and, you know, cover for her and make sure that she doesn't get in trouble while I'm getting in trouble while she's not getting in trouble. I'm getting her trouble. Like, I'm getting in trouble and she's not. And I didn't want that. But I let it go. We continue to be friends, and like, we just continue to be friends. But then I started to, like, you know, hear like a bunch of hearsay about me, and it traced back to Leah saying these things to people and having people look at me different. Like, Leah was saying that I had a guy at my house and that I didn't want the guy to leave, and I was trying to make Leah leave so I can have sex with this guy. Mind you, I'm only in the 7th grade, and I'm just like, what? I'm like, what? I'm like, why would you go around and say stuff like that about me? Like, I'm not, and this isn't the first time that somebody has said I had a train run in and out of my house. Like, I dealt with that this last semester, and that's done and over with while I'm in college. Like, that's another story time within itself, because that girl was crazy. But like, she was just basically saying that I had people in and out of my house and I was having sex with everybody else. I'm out here doing things in the restroom with other dudes while we're at school. And I'm just like, oh my God, what? And I'm like, wow. And people are looking at me differently. Like, people are just staring at me in the hallway. They're talking about me behind my back to my face. You know, Stacy now for real doesn't want to be my friend because Leah has said that I've said more stuff about Stacy, and Stacy was like, you know what, Sage, I don't want to be your friend anymore because I'm tired of you lying to me, saying that you never said stuff about me and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I've never said anything about you. Why are you not understanding that? And I'm sitting here thinking, if I had a problem with somebody, I would go ahead and address that with them. Well, now I would, but back then I didn't. But I was like, I've never said anything to you about you, never lied about you to your face. I've never said anything about you in that way. And I had another friend, I'm going to use his name, Jordan, because Jordan can be anybody. Hi, Jordan. Jordan was like a really cool friend of mine as well. And Jordan was like, you know, I see that you're kind of, you know, upset about this, because I would come to class and I would just cry. Because like, I would walk down the hallway and I would just hear people just say mean things about me and just repeat everything that Leah has said about me to all these people. And for whatever reason, like, people were just going about it and just saying more stuff. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do. And it just made me cry. Like, I would come in class, I would sit down and I would just cry. And I would just put my head down and just bawl. And just be very sad, because I was like, as a friend, why would you go around and lie about stuff? Like, why would you go around basically telling your business with my name on it? Like, why would you go around and say everything that you're doing but take out your name and put mine? And I'm just like, what? I'm like, what? Why? And I could never understand why she would go out and just say all these rude and mean and terrible things about me, but then come to my face and be like, oh, it's okay. I don't know why people would say that about you. But in my mind, I was thinking, you're saying the stuff about me. You're saying it to these kids. And these kids are saying it to other kids. And those kids are saying it to other kids. And now the whole school is looking at me like I'm some type of sexual freak. Like, I'm up here doing all of these sexual activities with older people. And I'm just like, that's not cool. Like, that's not what's up. And so I was talking to Jordan, and Jordan is like, hey, I know that you're upset, and I know that you wouldn't do things like that. He was like, maybe you might want to cut ties with her. Maybe you might want to see what you can do to maybe sit down and talk to her and let her know that what she's doing is not cool. And I'm just telling Jordan, bro, I already told her that what she's saying is not what's up. Even if it wasn't, even before that it was about me, even before she lied on me, I'm telling her all the stuff that she was doing was not what's up. Because all the stuff that she said that I was doing, she told me that she did. And she would show me stuff of her doing it. And I'm just like, maybe you shouldn't do that anymore. And I'm just like, maybe you shouldn't do that anymore. And Jordan was like, maybe you should just probably try to see if you can cut ties with her. And I'm just like, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe I don't need to be friends with Leah anymore. And I need to find Stacy and apologize to Stacy, because Stacy is dope. And I'm just like, it's not cool for me to, not say anything to Stacy, because Stacy knows the truth. Like, I've told Stacy I would never say anything to hurt her. Like, I would never do anything like that, because if you're my friend, I wouldn't purposely go out of my way to destroy to destroy you, basically. And Leah, I don't know what made Leah want to go out and say stuff like that about me. I don't know if it was because me and Stacy were real cool friends, and me and Stacy were cool, and me and Stacy were actually getting closer, like we were close enough to go to each other's house. Like, that's how close me and Stacy were. And I don't know if Leah didn't like that, and she was just like, well, I'm gonna just go ahead and just ruin her, so nobody can talk to her, so I can talk to her by myself and then ruin her. And I didn't know if I don't know what her motive was to go out and just say a whole bunch of mean crap about me. And my 7th grade year, like, and all of this happened within my 7th grade year. Like, 8th grade year, nothing happened. Like, 8th grade year, I was like, you know what? I'm about to be a freshman. I'm about to go to high school. That's all I cared about. All I cared about was getting these grades and getting out of here. Like, all I wanted to do was just go on. And Leah wasn't having that. And like, my 8th grade year, by the time my 8th grade year started, me and Leah were no longer cool. Like, me and Leah were no longer cool. Me and Stacy were together. Like, me and Stacy were like really close. And I didn't see Leah anymore because I just didn't. I knew Leah still went to the school because me and Leah had another class together my 8th grade year. So I knew she was still there. It's just that after that class, I never saw her again. And I didn't see her again until last year before I went to school, and I saw her working at Walmart. And she was like, wow, hey. And I was like, wow, hey. Like, and I mean, I guess she was doing good. She goes to Lamar University. I think she goes to Lamar. I don't know if she's still there or not, but that's the last time I talked to her. And I think I gave her my number because her mom and my mom reconnected and stuff like that. And I guess, my mom was like, well, maybe you and Leah could reconnect. And I was a bit hesitant at first because I was like, I don't really want to reconnect with her because of what she did to me in middle school. Like, I know you're not supposed to keep grudges or whatever, but I didn't have a grudge. I just didn't feel comfortable with trying to reconnect with somebody who tried to say that I was a little thing back in the day. And I'm just like, I didn't like that. I didn't want that look for me. So you guys, if you have a friend or if you had a friend or whatever, or if you're in the midst of, a toxic friendship, you might want to go ahead and get out of that, because it's not healthy for either one of y'all for you guys to stay. If they're bashing your name, if they're saying that you're having a train running in and out of your house, if they're saying that they have you on video doing stuff, that's not what friends are supposed to do. They're basically out here to ruin your image wherever you are. And I don't think that's cool, and I don't think you guys think that's cool. So I hope this story time helped, to kind of open the eyes of some people and, kind of get you to realize that words hurt, and it's not cool for you to be basically lying on somebody, for your own benefit. And if you're supposed to be my friend, friends would never lie on one another. Friends would never sit here and make up stories to, damage their image if they were your true friends. So if you liked my long story time, like the story time, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.